Hello viewers, well it's here at last, a new wheel from Logitech. It's been a long time coming. Let's take a look at the trailer now for the Logitech G923 racing wheel and see what we have in store. So a bit of atmospheric action with Fernando Alonso there, working hard at the wheel as ever. The wheel initially, when I looked at it, sort of does remind me very much of your, standard sort of G25 onwards build in terms of the look, the rim, the chassis that it's in, as well as the pedals. So visually, it's not. I was kind of hoping for something brave and new, and they've decided to play it very safe indeed. Not a bad thing, but I do like sometimes to see an evolution of design, something that excited me in a way that was kind of different. But the excitement on this wheel will be the feeling that it gives you as a driver. And I think that's the thing that we just can't get from the video in terms of the force feedback. How is it going to work? So one of the key aspects that they've highlighted is true force, which is a next gen feedback, and I'm going to be going a bit more into this on the Team VV website, so there'll be an article up later where I've had a bit more time to digest it, analyse it. Very difficult to know, in terms of how this feedback's going to work. I mean, they talk about the higher fidelity, that it's 20 times higher, the fidelity of the feedback, how the subtlety and the resistance and how smooth it's going to be. Obviously the old system was a bit clunky. If any of you have used a Logitech will know it was amazing when it was released, but it is a bit, by today's standards, compared to all the band-driven wheels that we use today, it's not very smooth, it's very imprecise and it's a bit clunky, so they need something that's very smooth. I see them talking about true force. It kind of reminds me of the tactile transducer that you find on the Thrustmaster TGT wheel, which I happen to think is absolutely brilliant. I think that the ground texture feeling from Gran Turismo is one of the best things I've felt in any racing game ever, because the wheel supports it. It's not available on other wheels, and for me it was a bit of a game changer. It's not really talked about. It's a shame the industry as a whole hasn't adopted that, and I would certainly support that. But either way, they seem to feel that their technology, whatever it is, until we try hands-on, we really can't know how that's going to work. It looks like a mechanical design again, much like the old wheels. In terms of, let's have a look here, in terms of components, obviously it has a wheel on it now for selecting various different things. There's two versions of the wheel. There's the Xbox and PC version, or PlayStation and PC version. It doesn't confirm here that it works with PS5. I expect it will work with PS5. I can't see there being any issue, but obviously this is an initial announcement. I think it would have been nice to have had the reveal on there that it is compatible with PS5 from this early reveal. Obviously rev lights on there. It came from, what was that, on G29 onward, or G27 I think onwards. It talks about the compatibility with those. We'll go through those. That's the rotary dial and various controls on the wheel. So not a lot really to talk about there. I think the main thing for me is going to be Logitech sponsor a lot of events. They sponsor McLaren, and in many respects, they've been doing this for many years, and they've needed a new wheel to catch up with esports, and this needs to be the one. So whatever the handling and the feel and the vibe is like from this wheel, I look forward at some point, if we get an opportunity to try it out, to give it a test and see what the fidelity is like in terms of the feedback of various different games. I'll point out that, you know, the games highlighted in the video was Grid, which is just not a game I would associate with high fidelity force feedback. You know, so I think it would have been nice to have seen a number of games. I can understand why they did it with Fernando Alonso, and Fernando Alonso driving the Fernando Alonso car and his relationship with Codemasters and Grid, but I just felt watching it, we're looking at Fernando testing a game that's almost a year old that isn't necessarily best suited to wheels anyway. It's a little bit awkward with a wheel. So an interesting choice of game, and really not much more to go on. It's one of those things that I probably won't listen to anyone else's opinion until I've tested it myself, because I know what I want in terms of fidelity from a wheel, and I want to see if true force is a real thing or if it's just a buzzword. But you can be sure that I will give you my accurate feedback if we get the opportunity for a hands-on. But that's it from me. I'm going to analyse this all a bit further now, read into it, and there'll be a detailed feature coming up on the Team VV website later today, so keep an eye out for that, and perhaps when you're seeing this video it may already be up as well. But that's it from me for now. As ever, more soon. Hello viewers, well thanks for watching the video today. Do like and subscribe, it supports what we do. Do become a YouTube member. YouTube Patreon supports all of our content you see on the channel, and of course lots of gaming from retro to modern games. I love it all in terms of racing action, so click on one of the two videos just there to find out more.